We have breaking news. US threatens to break ties with UK and Nigeria over recognizing the state of Palestine. I repeat, the US has threatened to break ties with the United Kingdom and Nigeria because they are recognizing the state of Palestine. Now, it is shocking how President Bola Ahmed Tinubu will disagree with the United States over Israel and Palestine. I repeat, it is both shocking and amazing how an African president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, would disagree with almighty US over Israel and Palestine. Now, Israel has said that we would never allow Palestine to exist, whether the world like it or not. US has joined Israel and some other countries. Major countries of the world are recognizing Palestine, and Nigeria joined them. Now, we understand that the government of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, they know how to play politics, foreign politics. Yes, because we know that America is stronger than Africa. America has influence than Africa, but they understand how to channel their support. Now they see that the UK, France, Germany, and other countries are supporting the state of Israel. Nigeria joined. Now the US is attacking Nigeria, saying that they are going to break ties with UK and Nigeria and every other country because of them supporting Palestine, a Palestinian state. Now, they are also threatening to leave NATO and every meaningful world organization, whether it is UN or IMF. The US is threatening. I don't know who is going to win, but I believe the US, they are going to have their way because they are the almighty power in the world for now. But Nigeria is taking a bold step. You see, in foreign relations, there are some critical steps you need to take so that you will not become enslaved by the global powers. The other time that Tinubu was speaking about revenue, he said that have gotten my revenue in the month of August. I don't know, I don't care what Trump will be doing at the other side. You know, our oil. You see, if you are going to sell your oil in international market, it is the globalist that will determine how much you sell your oil. OPEC has a quota. Yes, it is them that will determine the price that you are going to sell your oil and which currency, in quote. So Tinubu said that I don't know what OPEC, I don't care what OPEC and Trump. He mentioned Trump. I don't care what they are doing with the other side, but my own revenue, I have achieved it from other areas of the economy. So Nigeria is taking a bold step. I have said it before that the major problem we are facing as a country is external. As Africans, the major problem we are facing is external. I want to also note something. Now that the Nigerian government is recognizing the state of Palestine, I hope the Nigerian government would also recognize the Biafran state. Because you cannot be saying be supporting Palestine and you're not going to look at Biafra in Nigeria. The UK, I hope the UK, now that they are supporting Palestine, I hope that they are going to also support the Biafran state. Because subjugation is subjugation. Yes. We understand that in the constitution of the country called Nigeria, there's no referendum, there's no secession clause, and there's no breakaway clause. But you see, Israel and Palestine, they have their issues. So if the world will come together and say that we are supporting a Palestinian state, the same world should come together and also support a Biafran state. Because an average Igbo man doesn't find himself comfortable in, not only an average Igbo man, other people, but the Igbos are much more pronounced that they want to leave. So it is fair. Let's move on with our foreign policies with the US. Now, Tinubu has played a clever game. He's a politician. He saw that UK and other people, they supported the state of Palestine because ordinary Nigeria, no fit stand against US in anything. What will US do? See, if US want to bring Nigeria within 1 week, they can do so. They'll just face their rocket launchers. Number one, you go to Dangote refinery. Number two, Aso Rock. And where your ammunitions are being kept. From their country, they can be able to visualize all these things with their own satellites and security. They can even shut down internet in Nigeria. Nigeria cannot stand. But playing a smart game, you know, in Africa, we are so backward. That's why I pity people that are fighting Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa in Nigeria. You see, decisions are made in the world and Africa is not part of these decisions. If they decide that the world is shutting down internet, Africa no get mouth now to the beg. Africa is not industrialized to the extent that we can become major global players internationally. So Tinubu taking that bold step, playing that politics, lining behind countries like UK, France, Germany, who supported the Palestine, is also a bold move. I hope that the president can be able to withstand the pressure. Even in UK, the British people are calling for the resignation of Starmer. Over 90% say that we don't support Palestinian state. I don't know what Nigerians are saying. If you're watching this broadcast, do you support a Palestinian state or you support Israel putting Palestine under its radar? Because me, I believe that when you talk about terrorism, terrorism has different faces. It has different departments. It has different color. It comes in different shapes and sizes. So what terrorism is to you might not be what terrorism is to others. The world is, after the World War, so many people have grudges. Yes. Like the civil war in Nigeria. After the civil war, they say, we don't settle. Now lie, we don't settle. Till tomorrow. You see people still referring to what happened to this time and that time. So, if you say Palestine is, me, I see the Palestine people recognized as terrorists. But what US and other world powers have done in the past, you may be shocked that most of this terrorism that we are hearing in the world today, from the backyard, they are being sponsored by these globalists and world powers. Yes, when it comes to terrorism, US is number one, Israel number two. So US standing by Israel saying that they don't want another terrorist. Because when you say terrorism, it depends on from which side you're looking at it. Look at Nigeria and Biafra. Nigeria is a sovereign state. Biafra became a sovereign state after Ojukwu declared Biafra. Nigerians killed, Biafrans killed. In the eyes of Biafrans, Nigerians are war criminals. In the eyes of Nigerians, Biafrans are war criminals. So who agrees? Everybody will just on his own side say, you are a terrorist, I'm not a terrorist. If it were to be a Biafran that had Nigeria hostage, whatever Nigeria wants to do to break free, they will call Nigerians, anybody that wants to fight for Nigeria, they will call them terrorists. The same way they are trying to say IPOB is a terrorist organization. So however you see it, terrorism, that means to you, it is you that you are able to muzzle, support, and power, technology, influence. Yes. US, now them be the police of the world. Now them be number one. So whatever they tell you that is terrorism, that is what it is to you. But me and these Islamic people, me, I see them as terrorists though. Not that I don't even see, the US has a lot of things they are doing. But for me, creating a state of Palestine is embodying the Muslim world. You see, their plan is to erase and eradicate Israel from the face of the earth. So you know, we Nigerians, inside Nigeria, we don't get say. Now, until the government talk, now be our say. We cannot influence any actions of the government or decision of the government. It is what the government wants to do. So Tinubu is using small sense and small brain. They follow UK for back. Now when US is threatening to break ties, they will leave NATO, leave UN, leave IMF. That means say we are in soup. But as I look at it, US and Israel will prevail over the world. I'm telling you. Now there's another issue. Number 3 issue. Tinubu is not going for the UN National Assembly. Why? This is the second time he's sending Shetima. The first time he sent Shetima, they talked from one side of his mouth, supporting Palestine. They warned him. Now he's sending Shetima again, UN General Assembly. Why is it that the president is afraid to enter inside America? What will happen? These are the questions we are asking. Now, is it, you know, so many allegations. You see, people will run propaganda on it. But I believe that if Tinubu wants to play the game with US, he needs to understand that he must unite southern Nigeria. He must unite Nigeria to the extent that we don't have people that are willing to be tools used by these people to sabotage his plan as a president of Nigeria. You saw what APC did to Jonathan 2015. How some people became agents of foreign influence to destabilize the government of Jonathan. You saw what happened in 2003. Election will be say the technology. Somebody did somewhere. Everything just went off like that, just like that, because they wanted somebody to become, and that person, you see, Tinubu has been disappointing the powers that have brought him as president. Tinubu has been disappointing those that has brought him as president. The Muslim ticket, the Muslim world, the fanatics and jihadists, they thought that this Muslim ticket we have arrived. Instead, now even Christian, now they control government. Now we can be Christian. Now Akpa be Christian. You see the president, wife and son, everybody, and then they control government. So even the US that see him as an asset, maybe they want to use the FBI files, drug dealing. He was convicted or whatever it is. They may want to use it against him. Although they don't see Nigeria as a threat yet, because Nigeria does not have what it takes to threaten them as at this moment. If they see Nigeria as a threat, they will declare Tinubu wanted. Waiting stop them from now small thing. They use the declare Venezuela president wanted. They will declare Tinubu wanted. So I believe that the president is afraid to enter US because of some of the allegations and some of the court cases that have sprung up in the United States. They also said Wike is also afraid to follow Shetima, because usually he's supposed to be there to the United States, because they believe that things can go south. Anyhow, things can just change in the twinkle of an eye. They can just change it for them. But however, the most important thing we need to know is that if Nigeria would experience true development, it must break the chain, the shackles that this globalist has put. IMF, UN, now them be the biggest problem. The countries that, the world associations that lend you money, now them be the biggest problem. I don't think any president may have done this in the past, challenging the United States. Do you know what it is to challenge the United States? Do you know what it is? Look at the other time that they slammed tariffs. They slammed tariffs on Nigeria. Nigeria slammed its own tariff on US. Do you know what it is? Do you know how happy I am that Tinubu is taking this measure? We know say we don't like her for Nigeria. We don't like her. But you see, there are some people, if you have a group of people, a group of friends, there are some people that are odd. But those people are also useful. I tell you, some people are odd, but they are still useful. They can do the dirty game. So Tinubu may be useful to do those dirty games. This foreign influence, we don't need it. People determining how we run. You see, they have permeated. What is happening to France today? France has entered recession. The reasons why their prime minister is having issues is because the economy is tanking. Niger give them quit notice. Mali give them quit notice. Burkina Faso give them quit notice. They are using the resources of Africa to sustain themselves while Africa remain poor. When Burkina Faso break the camel's back, when Burkina Faso's president, head of state, decided that no more, they sent France packing. That was the beginning of the end of France. France is collapsing. Because of they were surviving on the resources of Africans. You will not even see it like they are actively there taking they know how they play their foreign politics. They know how they channel their pipe into your resources. They know how they set up their companies in your domain. They keep it off the media. Media will not show them taking your resources, stealing your resources, because they do it covertly. They take charge of your drilling your oil, mining your mineral resources. They have the technology. They set up companies. They bring up entrepreneurs that will become champions of industries. They'll use them as assets to take over your resources. Now, when Burkina Faso saw this and they took bold decisions, you saw now, within how many months, France don't collapse. That is what Nigeria needs to do as a country. We need people that are bold. You see, irrespective of the fact that they might be killed or whatever it is. And you see, the problem with Nigeria is that we have divided attention. If you say only southern Nigeria, they like this. Our foreign policies have got a strong pass because we have other people that we don't have the same ideology, we don't have the same agenda, we are not going the same way. Imagine bringing different people together that are going to different area. You just bring them together, they should be moving. They will be dragging themselves now. This one will go left, that one will go right, that one will go adjacent, that one will go at the circle. If we had a southern Nigeria as a country and we have a president that would be bold to face US, we will achieve a lot. But because Nigeria is not united, people have their different. Today now, if Tinubu take bold steps, they understand that Tinubu is a shrewd politician. They understand, they believe so. I know that the US is going to come for Tinubu. I know, that one is sure. Tinubu don't offend people. You don't offend Fulani. He offend global powers. I'm telling you, it offend global powers. Do you know what it means for Nigeria? Nigeria and Israel, they get small ties, though, military ties. I don't know whether it's going to affect. I know once northern Nigeria will be happy because northern Nigeria, they support Palestinian state. Northern Nigeria wish that they should clear Israel. Israel should be wiped out from the map of the world. Muslims in northern Nigeria want Palestine. Christians in southern Nigeria want Israel. But why would a president of both Christian and Muslims say they are supporting two-state solution? It is not just because they want Palestine. It's because they don't want to be bullied around by the powers that be. It is a good step that sends a message that countries can be independent in their choice. You see, say, if UK retract its step, if Germany retract its step, if France retract its step, Nigeria will retract its step. You go see. Nigeria cannot stand alone in this, but cleverly, we are saying we don't want, because what concern Palestine. The people they even terrorize us for Nigeria, they are offshoot of those Hamas and everything. Al-Qaeda and co. Now them they terrorize Nigeria. The same way they are there, terrorize. They believe that Palestine is their land. They believe that, say now Britain and the world, UN, now them fix Israel for that land. Yes. Britain carry Israel, put for that land. Now Britain is saying that two truths can coexist. Two countries can exist. But Israel is saying no. I know that Israel and US go win this match. Go win this whatever. Because US now then they control IMF. US now they control UN. US now they control NATO. Now them be world power. Now them get military whatever everywhere. The world cannot say that they will be fighting US. Even Canada supported a two-state solution. Most countries, if US cough, most top European countries, most of the countries in Europe, if US cough, they go collapse. US have entered a lot of the. You see Qatar, you see Dubai. If US cough, Iran and all those countries surrounding Israel, if US cough, they will collapse. People are afraid of what US can do. So at the end of the day, it's a bold step in the right direction. What we need is policies that will restructure Nigeria to be independent of the influence, whatever influence, even though it's little by little. Let there be a consistency in the area of tech, in the area of manufacturing, in the area of medical sciences, in the area of agriculture, in the area of our industries, mining, other areas. Let us become independent. Let's partner with countries that will share this knowledge with us so that we can be able to handle our own resources ourselves. Because Dangote refinery cannot do without expatriate. Dangote refinery cannot do without expatriate. You hear me? Most of the mining going on in Nigeria today, the technology, we are technologically reliant. We rely on people for technology to be able to run our economy. We rely on the West for technology to be able to fix our refinery. Most of our industries, they will gun a particular part in the company or in the factory. A particular part will just break down. They will shut down production. You can't get it in Nigeria and Africa. You wait until one company for abroad go come, they manufacture the parts, give you like 3 months. Production don't stop for Nigeria be that. Nigeria, everything don't pause. Maybe now that in Nigeria they chop as food morning, afternoon, and night. You go stay hungry for the next 3 days. That is how reliant we are on these people for technology. We have engineers. We have structural engineers. We have so many. When federal government won't give contract, you will give Julius Berger. If they give Nigerian people their own contract, Julius Berger go do their own. Their own will come find pass even Nigeria. It tells you a lot of things that we are lacking in. That is why I said our education is balderdash. Somebody said that he wants to come to Nigeria. He starts an African channel. He will go on the streets and sample opinions of Nigerians. They told him, don't go to Nigeria because you'll be disgraced on the street because people don't have anything to say. People are not aware of their environment or what's going to happen. They are not knowledgeable enough to grant you interview on the street. But when you get to Kenya, ordinary street person, you go see how the person go express himself, talk to you, give you points. You see how their education is, and the one Nigeria now, all these are top schools. All those students, you know, say the rich get their own school. They will put their curriculum go different from the poor man curriculum. Poor man are there for street. You see Nigeria, education for these people go there different. Education for that people go there different. So we need to come together and find a way to restructure so that we can get all these things right, so that we can try to be part of the people that can make noise in the whole of Africa. Only South Africa, you can say, has a nuclear, and now white way they there, I make them get up. The whites themselves, they say, we want to have our own country. Nobody should be that. You see, one thing we need to understand is that if restructuring Nigeria will make us break ties with US and any other globalist country, then we are game. We are supporting anybody that is not it Fulani, not Nigeria. No, we don't want those people. No, those people cannot, because they are already conquered by a particular set of people. If other people take over politically, we can say Northerners can assume that position. But from now, it is critical from now till 2031 that Nigeria takes a new turn.